Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel, September 6, 2017. And ladies and gentlemen, we all know that things are actually getting to be very, very messy with all of the hurricane action that we've had down in Texas, Louisiana, a few other states, now the Caribbean, and soon to be the state of Florida, possibly Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. Lord knows how many more states. We're all keeping track of Hurricane Irma. But we also have to pay very, very close attention to the earthquake activity that is now occurring on the west coast of the United States. We've seen an outbreak of earthquakes in southeastern Idaho, not too far from Yellowstone. Now an earthquake swarm has broken out right up here in Montana. Lincoln, Montana, we've seen so many earthquakes in Lincoln, Montana over the course of the last 120 days. It's very, very concerning. But what's even more concerning, folks, is when you follow the pattern of these earthquakes. And I was just talking about the larger magma chamber that is under Yellowstone. It is said to be 4 times the size, and down here in this direction. All of a sudden, we have all of this earthquake activity over the period of the last couple of days. But all of the earthquake activity for this region is not even on this map. We're going to go directly to that. So not only do we have earthquakes, hurricanes, volcanoes. Don't forget, folks, if you didn't hear this morning, we had a major X flare on the sun. A 9.3, which is very, very powerful. And it was said to be Earth-facing. I have some pictures I'll show you that I captured just minutes after this occurred. But as you can see, the earthquake activity here on this side of the United States, it's getting pretty bad, folks. Probably within the course of the next 12 to 24 hours, the earthquake activity around the globe is definitely going to increase because of that X flare. Don't let anyone fool you. And not too long ago, right over in Puerto Rico, 6 hours ago, magnitude 3.25, and they are on the verge of this massive hurricane. There have been quite a few earthquakes swarming around Puerto Rico over the last couple of months. Something else that we have to keep our eye on. But I'm going to jump out of this map and we're going to go right over to the USGS, and this is where things get even more concerning. Now, this is all of the earthquake activity on the west coast of the United States, all magnitudes over the course of the last 7 days. There have even been earthquakes right up here in upstate New York, near Lake Ontario. Another one in New York, Boston, Massachusetts, and Maine. A couple of earthquakes down here in Tennessee, over here in Missouri. New Madrid fault line. Dallas, Texas. Other earthquakes in Texas. That's just the United States. And that's just what the USGS reports on. Take a look at the mess in Alaska the last 7 days. The Ring of Fire, bingo. There you go. All on the fault lines. Some of these earthquakes are in the magnitude 5 and a little higher. Mexico leading into Central America, the west coast of South America. And here's the earthquake swarm that I was referring to around Puerto Rico. So many that you can't even see the island on the map. And this doesn't take into consideration, folks, what's been happening over in Europe. I don't have the European earthquake map set up, but again, quite a lot of activity, a few earthquakes in France, a lot of earthquakes off the coast of Portugal and over in Spain. Once again, the Middle East, and all through the South Pacific. So the Earth is ringing like a bell, folks. Not only do we have, again, these catastrophic weather conditions with these hurricanes, and folks, listen to me very carefully. This is not going to change in the Atlantic Ocean. This is going to probably get much, much worse. We'll just have to keep our eye on it. That much is for sure. Something else that's been brought to my attention over the last couple of days are the wildfires. The wildfires, 74 plus wildfires burning in western states here in this country, and a few in Canada. They've constructed a map, and this is the map. And these are the wildfires. They're burning everywhere. The upper northwest part of the United States. Yes, wildfires are something that they go through, but ladies and gentlemen, take a look at what you see on your screen. From one end of the United States to the other now, in the course of the next couple of days, there are going to be small and large catastrophes from one end to the other. The stage is set. The stage is set. Read between the lines in what I'm saying. Here's a report. I'm going to leave a link to this article from a news station out west reporting on what is happening, what they're seeing, and they're on the ground. 74 wildfires burning in these states. You guys can go ahead and go to this article and check it out. Here are some of the photographs that I was able to capture just minutes after this X flare 9.3 as far as they measured it. And this was pretty devastating. This is definitely going to increase the earthquake activity on this planet. We will probably have breakdowns in possibly the electrical grid. It's possible. Cell phone communication, internet service, your cable TV. Lord only knows what's going to happen when the full burst of this reaches our planet. You know, the electrons, they make it here very, very rapidly. But the rest of it, within the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll be feeling the effects of it for days to come. On top of all of that, again, Hurricane Irma barreling down on the state of Florida. They still don't know which way it's going to go, folks. Could it go straight up through the state of Florida and annihilate everything, making its way all the way up to the east coast of the United States with 60-mile-per-hour winds, torrential rains, power outages, and floods? It will make its way all the way through the states north of Florida in a matter of days. Preparation is the best thing that we can do at this time. Here is another really good high-definition photograph that I was able to capture of the X flare that occurred today, 11:58 UTC time. Pretty spectacular picture. It's pretty cool, but it's very, very dangerous, folks. I mean, it's just a very dangerous situation when we have an X flare like that. That powerful, that big, Earth-facing. We've been watching that sunspot for days. And lo and behold, bingo, a massive X flare. This is the largest X flare that I have ever seen. And I've been looking at the sun and reviewing material on all of the sites for a very long time. I was very lucky to get this photo because the SDO, the Solar Dynamics Observatory, where you're able to view these photographs in the 48-hour loop, it went absolutely crazy. I did a short video on it this morning showing what I captured. But this is what we're faced with, folks. The Earth, it's beginning to be a complete mess. So no matter where you live on this planet from this day forth, you better get a preparedness plan. of some kind. Remember my words. This is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you for watching.